properly dialed in.
Hello and welcome to Eclipse Pro Wrestling. I am the German commentary announcer Hans, and I am joined by none other than Loki.
Hello.
Loki. Welcome.
The roar of the crowd is deafening tonight. I can barely hear my companion over the top of it.
Of course, you can always dial down the audio so that you can hear me in the best possible light. Of course, we start the night with the debut of the strange Damien Batemen, and he is facing off with Bray Wyatt. Both of these men quite enigmatic.
They do look pretty strong tonight, I do have to admit, Hans. We've got Damien Batemen on the right, who's got one of the most instinctually killer beards I've ever seen in my entire life, broad. On the other side, on the Bray Wyatt side, we have an even thicker beard. So I do believe that this match will be determined by not only who has the most or more impressive beard, but who can just knock the other's brain cells out of their ears quick enough.
Of course, would you like to just enlighten us as to your background?
Sure, well, I don't have a last name because I'm a sovereign citizen of France, but there is a small little, call it a landlocked island inside of France. Doesn't have a name yet, I'm still working on it, and there's exactly a population of 2. It's me and my small cat, but for all intents and purposes, this island has been sitting there since the 40s, since World War II. And when your people, Hans, came over...
No apologies.
No, and I wouldn't expect any. But when your men came over to our country in the fort... Ooh, is showboating. No, when...
I was more so referring to your background as a commentary.
So we're not going off into my family history about how half my...
Of course, there will be a time and place for that if you earn your place as a commentator here. But
yeah, look,
it was more so.
I don't like Germans telling me to earn my place literally anywhere, mate.
My apologies, I can see why that would be a triggering thing.
I'm glad that you can see this. I am also so sorry. As I said, I'm a French sovereign citizen. I have moved away from France for quite a while, hence the accent. Now, let me just make some offhand commentary on what I'm seeing right now. Is that a lantern from Bargain Bin?
Quite potentially. Bray Wyatt fancies himself quite the pathfinder of wayward souls.
You're telling me that I took a pay cut 3 months ago, so this dickhead could buy a shitty cheap rate land. Unbelievable.
Potentially. As I was understood, the budget cuts were made to enhance the pyro brought in by certain wrestlers.
Oh, there's pyro effects. Can't see those. I would also like to fill in some background that I am quite a new commentator. I only recently found this job after being canned for my previous job, which was Chinese dumpster diving, which you probably haven't heard of. The Chinese dumpster diving is exactly what it sounds like. It's dumpster diving in China. I was paid hazard pay for this by the government because they wanted me to find sensitive materials within the dumpsters. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the pay was pretty bad, you know. It was only 15 euros an hour, but I always dreamt of being a commentator. I'm not quite sure whether it was for the wrestling scene, which I am happy to be here, Hans, of course. I always like the sight of two burly men trying to hit each other.
That is right, French boy. Suck up.
Oh, he's starting out quite strong. Oh! God damn, on the ground. Ooh, bit of a gutter stomp, bit of American History X going on there. Picks him up, reverses it. Throws him back, it kicks him in the back. Absolutely unbelievable. Whoa! Whoa, we got a bit of spillage, boys. He's coming out of the ring. Strafing, get him back up, get him on his feet, like a good friend. Oh, shovel to the guts. Throw him back in the ring. Fucking hell. Penguin slide back in even.
It was very entertaining action.
We
does have some experience. Commentary of bum fights, I believe, was the reference on the resume for Block Key.
Ah, yes. Now, those bum fights did happen in France. I would like to say I didn't see many of those in China, mainly because if you're a homeless person in China, you tend to get put up against a wall and shot. So, while we were in France, or I say we. Well, I was in France watching bum fights, which looked extremely similar to this, by the way. Then it was just fun all around. I don't really have many words for it. We didn't get spectacular leg locks like what we just saw there, or even just a boot to the spine. Usually the two men in the ring would actually eat glass and then try and spit it in each other's face. Over here it seems we have a bit more attention to OH&S. If that didn't happen, holy shit, that dude's spine got folded like a taco.
One, two,
three. Oh.
Unfortunately, not the end of the match yet for Damien.
Not the end of the match, but certainly the end of that dude's nose bone. Okay, we get beautiful side suplex right there. If I am getting my terminology right, I'm still quite new to this. I know that was an elbow, and that was a leg.
And he's going
out of the ring again. Unbelievable.
Luckily, we are not at the commentary desks. We get our Spanish announce team to sit at the desks in case we are safely away at the top of the line.
I'm so glad that you have a shield to protect us. It's when you have about 300 pounds of man meat diving out of the ring head first at you, you definitely not want to be in the middle of it. Unless you're into that sort of thing, in which case I'm not judging.
Oh no, going for it again is...
That dude, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that looked like an eye gouge. And believe me, with the hobo bum fights, I'm quite familiar with an eye gouge. This, however, looks quite sensual. Either way,
up the win with the Bloodbuster.
We came out with a winner in the form of Daniel Batemen, who managed to, I'm guessing that's a submission, by getting the other guy to smell his musty balls.
Of course, that is a painful victory, getting a 3 count with the shoulders on the mat.
There is only one thing more humiliating than a 3 count. And that is a 3 count with another dude's pair of nuts in your face.
I find this hilarious.
I'm glad you hired me too, Hans. I'm glad you hired me too.
Of course, working over what I can only imagine to be an absolutely stunning hangover.
Look. You can take the man away from the hobo bum fights, but you can't take the hobo bum fights away from the man. Or was that the other way around? I don't know. Look, bottom of the story, I spent a lot of time drinking with hobos last night.
But it looks like we are set to hear from Damien Batemen himself.
We are now in the process of...
We
are now in the process of crossing to Damien Batemen.
Of course, grabbing a mic after that performance against Bray Wyatt.
No, it looked like he barely caught a sweat, Hans.
Oh, I would not know if I said that. He had to force to go to the outside many a time during that exchange.
But was it truly forced? It looked like he was manipulating the match the entire time. You saw how he dived headfirst out of that ring, man's brutal.
I know, but he was also lariated out of the ring by Bray Wyatt, which I'm not sure is what would fall under what you would say a controlled fall.
I wouldn't say it was a controlled fall either, to be quite honest. I'd say it was quite graceless, and that he was thrown like a javelin. Taking solo time to take in his adoring fans.
While speaking about his debut win here in Eclipse Pro Wrestling,
He's really just excited to be here, you know? He's just riding off the adrenaline of the crowd. I don't really have much else to say for this, man. It's just a bearded guy talking. What can I say? I saw a lot of this up the alleyways.
of course.
They never had a mic though.
Even for someone called this strange, I do not seem to be able to interpret what he is saying just yet.
How do I even summon the strength to come out here in front of you petulant dregs, you filth, you swine? I definitely heard that down an alleyway at one point.
Is he calling out David Weiss? The Eclipse champion?
You very well might be, Hans. Wow, he is too. He is too. Unbelievable. Will his challenge be met?
Of course, champion for 112 days.
That is 112 days with the big belt. You've got a lot of people who want to take that off you. You've got a lot of people who want to add that to their mantelpiece at home.
Seems David Wise is still in recovery after...
David Wise showing up in body bandages and Gymshark leggings. Coming into the ring to confront Damien Batemen after Damien Batemen absolutely put his other... I'm going to say friend. I'm going to say friend. After Damien Batemen put David Wise's friend, Reid Wyatt, also known as my local real estate agent, directly into the ground. I do have to make a commentary there. Damien. Whoa!
Of course, now they seem to be breaking out into a fight.
Oh, we could get a double round here, boys. We could see more action than was on the card. Oh, and we are in it. Here we go. Strong words may not make strong strikes here, boys. But Damien Bateman is just in
Mr. Bateman just
a
destroying
whirlwind.
the Eclipse champion.
A whirlwind. He obviously came here for murder today. But he may just have to settle for grievous bodily harm.
And of course, once the referees clear the ring, we are set to see our next official match on the card. Sergeant Colby Stoja against the Dragon Cheng Yu.
Now, this is an interesting matchup. We had a couple of people down the alleyways that looked exactly like this. One of them even rocked up in military gear. Then his friends also rocked up in military gear. I didn't know you could get 20 hobos to wear tactical dressings, but, well, fights were shut down 10 minutes later. I am down a lot of friends. So, forgive me if I get mild PTSD from looking at what looks to be an ex-army soldier. And on the other side, we have a man called Cheng Yu. I don't have anything for that.
Of course, studying in the Chinese martial arts, the dragon. But we also have Sergeant Bobby Stoja coming to the ring.
Oh my goodness. That man is certainly taking his COVID-safe requirements seriously with that beautiful headscarf that he's wearing, alongside what I'm assuming is a crisis-themed motorcycle helmet. That is quite a skin-tight suit, if I do say so myself. I was fooled from the outset that he was wearing actual military hardware, which I thought would give him quite an unfair advantage in the ring due to the fact that his opponent would probably break his hand upon hitting Kevlar plates. But no. It turns out it's just part of the costume. Call me a little disappointed, Hans. I really was hoping that he would turn up in actual military gear tonight. We do pay him enough.
Of course, they are a recent addition to the Eclipse locker room. Of course, the outsiders, Loki Vera, as well as Sam W. Reptilian, have joined the ranks of Eclipse Pro with the promise that they are here to take on.
Good to hear, Hans. It's glad to hear we have some challenges, some actual challenges. Ooh. A more magnifying entrance than his contemporary, I do have to admit. And we're not being lied to with the choice of clothing. He really does look like he's here to unleash his inner dragon.
He's wearing the brand across his blindfold.
I was also about to say, he may have came here to kick ass, but he certainly didn't come here to see himself doing it.
My apologies, of course, from the quite a few differences of...
Now, was that necessary, Mr. Yu? Did you really have to roll into the ring like that? There is sweat, blood, and tears on that ground, and you just muddied yourself in all of it. But the fight is about to start. The poor, manlet ref in the middle of it all. We start out with a beautiful grapple.
That kick seeming rather
Oh! On his ass, but not for long. Up and at it, we've got Mr. Military Man over here just committing war crimes left, right, and center on this poor man. Any more hits, and we're gonna have to call in work safe. Now, oh, flip over. Big throw. Went for a ride there. Clearly damaged. The dragon has been winged. But maybe not for long. A reversal in the most gorgeous way possible. Oof. In the background, we see the USA flag come up, which I think the point is quite moot. Because both of our competitors here are fighting with an American spirit. Except for that, he just very much got slumped. Oh! Big blow, big damage, out of the ring. Now
yes,
back
that was a very unique suplex that just hurt the whole as well as...
Now, I don't know about you, Hans, but I'm fairly sure I just heard Cheng's spinal disc compact with that blow. Ooh.
Not put it against Kobe Stoja to do something like that.
Kobe Stoja with a low kick, 3 centimeters away from the poor man's nutsack, and he gets towed over the ring. Unbelievable. We're seeing a bit more showboating here. High flying, it's Icarus moment. Oh!
No water in the pool, as it were.
No water in the pool, but certainly a spring in that man's step, a backflip for days. Cheng making a beautiful comeback. Taking Stoja for a ride.
Getting a 1 count there.
Here we go, 2. Oh, off. Stoja throws him off. Oof. In the back, in the lower back even.
The lumbar.
Oof, trading blows. Again, trading leg throws. I'm gonna call that a scissor throw. One thing you should know
Glory
about
to
my
the
former
gods.
background, Hans, is we don't actually have names for the moves that hobos throw out. We usually call it what it is. So, usually in a big fight, usually in one of the main card events, we won't have things like a surplex or an armbar. But what we do have is a knife stabbing and gunshots. So I do.
Speaking of weapons, Stoja bringing a chair into
And
the
he's
action.
got the steel chair. We're bringing out the outdoor events tonight quite clearly on the ground. Oh, gets a bit narky at the ref. Oh, is on a warpath. The ref slumped, unable to move. Just on the ground, skyward, as he hears the brutal cacophony of someone unimportant getting their shit kicked out by a steel chair, and the ref's back up with a migraine.
Is the referee not going to do anything about it?
I wouldn't be surprised if the ref steps in for Cheng at this point. It seems almost right. And we have another backflip causing collateral. Absolutely insane. Cheng seeking some sort of revenge for what happened today.
Cheng, you're somehow the first to get up after that hellacious fall.
Cheng showing that he is made of stronger stuff than his fellow men, with his fellow men being laid out on the ground in a puddle of his own shit. And he is back down. Stodge rolls like a fish finger. The ref back up, seemingly unharmed. Punched out of the ring. We're seeing a massive reversal on Cheng Yu's part tonight. I have to say, Hans, I'm quite proud of how it's turning out.
Going outside to the ring after that, potentially not the best move.
Knocked down. Cheng out of his element, getting dominated once again by Stoja and thrown back into the ring, his natural domain. A penguin slide followed by the ref picking up the steel chair and throwing it away, whereas I thought it was self-defense. Usually in hobo fights, if a ref picks up a weapon, he fully intends to use it. We also usually do have refs fly over the side of people, but that's not seen often. Here tonight, we're seeing it in spades. The crowd is absolutely lapping it up. They're going ballistic over this ref just getting hurt.
Oh no, made the mistake of trying to leap
no.
Kobe.
Oh no, caught in mid-air, tossed around like a Hessian sack of potatoes and thrown to the ground. Just thrown to the ground.
1, 2. Oh
no, he's submitting.
Able to kick out.
2, 3, and it seems unclear, but it certainly looks like that Stoja wasn't able to keep that down, and he certainly wasn't. We're trading blows again from the two competitors. Oh, big Liu Kang kick. A bit of action going on, bit of blow trading, we can quite see. Ooh, the Johnny Cage leg lock. I do have to say, Hans, I haven't seen a legitimate ninja in the ring before. Nor have I seen someone that just has absolutely no regard for the men and women around them. That ref is currently taking a nap on Venus right now.
Of course, God, talking about Liu Kang, it seems that we have moved into the area of Mortal Kombat.
But we have moved into, this is looking more like hobo street fights by the second. I feel like I'm home. We even have a baseball bat.
1, 2. Once again,
can Cheng take any more of this abuse? He is waiting to die. Beautiful clothesline, hung him out to dry, stomping on his ribs.
No, Kobe Stoja sent once more to the outside.
Stoja's just using Cheng like a mannequin over here, just pulling him back up and beating him to the ground again. A vicious cycle. Cheng seems to have had enough. He's leading him back like a naughty schoolboy into the ring, ready for some discipline. Coming from a Catholic school, those sentences give me PTSD to say that it is true here tonight. Oh, beautiful knockout kick. Sent him stunned. Cheng may be able to do this.
Able to kick out.
Unbelievable. Pulling him back up. Clearly not done with the abuse. But giving it, aging his spine by 60 years.
Stoja kicking out once again.
Stoja really likes just kicking his legs up, doesn't he?
Once again, now in a submission hold.
A beautiful submission hold, mind you. And really bringing home the bacon for his crew here tonight. It's a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. Cheng seemingly fails, and Stoja just bull rushes him. Just cannonball. Time up, beautiful suplex, straight to the moon. And once more to the dark side. Absolute chaos. A tri-suplex. Now getting dragged like a sack of lawnmower clippings.
1, 2. Oh,
another leg. Another leg. We really are just dancing here tonight. Stoja's getting closer to victory with every submission. Sticking. Oh, a fireman's carry.
Could that be the final?
Could this be the final pin, Hans? We're about to see it here
the
tonight.
War with Cheng,
Unbelievable.
Stoja is declared victor.
Unbelievable, but believable to some. I'm sure the sergeant himself pulls the victory tonight, bringing it home for his unit.
Yes, that was much more of a match than I had expected.
That was gorgeous, Hans. We saw some blood tonight. While my thirst for blood is hardly being satiated by WWE when hobo bum fights had it literally coming out the drain pipes, this will do.
Yes, what a match. And now we get to continue on for the night. As we get Mr. Cruz facing off Karl Anderson of the Good Brothers.
One of a pair tonight. I would like to remind everyone watching that you do have slightly enough time to go to the toilet and get a drink of water. Maybe not both at the same time, but you may have to prioritize here. As we wait for the competitors to get ready, let me remind you that there are 5 safety exits in this venue tonight. 1 at the front, 2 at the back, and 1 located on either side of the arena. Please, in the event of an emergency, follow your nearest marshal to one of the nearest exits, and proceed accordingly. Thank you all, and we hope you have a lovely, lovely night, watching our card tonight.
Of course, we would like to thank you all for tuning in as well. Much appreciated for all those sitting.
Now, we would have to issue an epileptic seizure warning for Chris's Cruz intro, as he seems to be a big fan of strobes.
Did you almost just call him Bruz?
I almost called him Bruz. Almost. Chris Cruz. Cruz.
Cruz.
I am sorry, Hans. I do not know how to pronounce slightly ethnic names in the hands of white people because I do not know where it goes. Powerful strut, confident to the ring tonight.
Of course, Cruz still trying to unravel the mystery of why he is the center of what seems to be a conspiracy to bring him down.
Some men are just too powerful, Hans. They cannot be contained. They cannot go through their life without being the subject of jealousy by many. And this is what we see here tonight. A man who has been conspired by many, and is just here to soak up the sounds of the crowd, the rubber of the ring, and the sweet, acrid, metallic smell of big man blood.
Of course, it is rare among the wrestling industry to see big men that can move, like Cruz, of course, coming in at 6'6". Although in Eclipse Pro Wrestling, we do have a lot of big men who move like cruiserweights, which is very interesting.
Eclipse has certainly brought some talent to the fore, I will admit. And while I am liking the comradeship here, I am liking how the two brothers are conducting themselves. I do ultimately think that our lone wolf here tonight may actually end up surprising us.
Of course, he is on a very impressive streak.
A very impressive streak. Let's see if he can keep those sunglasses on for the match tonight, Hans.
I would
Oh,
against it.
Starting out strong with a beautiful sidekick. Must have given him a migraine by the looks of it. Unbelievable. Starting out with a... I don't quite know what that move is called. I do know what that one's called though, and that is a kick to the lumbar. Always good. Shoves him on your bike. Leapfrogs him. Stops the momentum. Missed the kick. Suffers for it now. Now, I do believe I saw the opening card right. The opposition to Cruz tonight is one of the OG brothers.
Indeed. The Good Brothers, also known as part of the Super Elite, and also known as part of Bullet Club.
Can you tell me something here tonight, Hans?
Of course. I'm meant to be your guest to guide into the world of Eclipse Pro Wrestling. Any questions?
Is being taken unceremoniously to the ground considered an OG move? Chris.
I would almost find it a sign of disrespect.
Almost. Here we have another man smelling another man's genitalia with liberal abandon and getting his spine compacted for it. Cruz takes a while to admire the crowd, admire himself, bask in glory of his own reputation. Oh, misses spectacularly. Almost splits his stomach open on the ground, but he has found his target. He's now contending with both brothers.
Could say that the Cruz missile misfired.
The Cruz missile misfired. That is a great way to put it, Hans, if I do say so myself. You could even say that Chris is not having a cruisy time tonight.
That is quite funny as well.
The OG brothers come back for it. But Cruz isn't taking that lying down. Instead, he's going to make the other guy lie down. On the ground. Looks like he popped a kidney. Been there. Cruz just smothers the poor man with his own body and boots. Knees him straight back down to the ground. We are not having it tonight, boys. Cruz is angry. Walk around with him for a bit and spin him back down. Cruz backing off. Switching lanes. Ooh. Big elbow to the head. Bit of a reversal. Not too bad. The OG brothers still showing signs of
looking
life.
for something big here.
He is looking for
in
something
the
big.
middle of the ring.
Ooh. Bit of a ride tonight. Grab him by the head, find some purchase, and bam, on the ground. We're looking for a bit of a submission here. You could even call it cruise control, and he wins.
Of course, that is not a submission. A submission is when you lock them in a hold. This is a pinfall victory.
A painful victory indeed. Massive upset for OG Brothers fans tonight.
Pinfall.
I'm going to call it cruise control, Hans. I frankly don't care what you're saying. I think my way is better.
Like pinhead?
Yes.
Like fall down.
Yes. Hellraiser.
Pinfall.
And Chris showboating to the crowd that he loves so much. A cruisy match, you could even say.
Quite dominant, the performance.
Quite dominant indeed. You can tell by the man's pecs, they're slabs of steel.
Of course, now we get to the bra and panties match.
Yes. The favourite for 70% of the audience here tonight. They love a bit of titillating action.
Drekavac takes on Mr. Tacos.
Mr. Tacos? She herself, sure.
Of course, this is... We have entered an alternate universe where Drekavac and Mr. Tacos have taken on female personas.
For this match, and this match only, we shall be using the preferred pronouns, which are she and her. I do have to say, I am not quite sure who will come out on top here. There is no clear physical victor, just going off looks alone. I will have to say though, that one of them is wearing a green Hatsune Miku getup on her head, and that is not quite my beat, so Drekavac is my pick tonight.
It'll be very interesting to say the least.
To say the least indeed. Showing up in a gown invented by Alexander McQueen himself. We call it the Cabbage Patch fit. Showboating for the crowd, we love to see it. Into the ring. Drekavac soaking in every bit of attention she can get. And the rope just magically disappeared. Mr. Taco is coming back out to show everyone who the rightful winner of this match is tonight. Showing up in what I can only assume is a... Actually, I don't have words for that, Hans. I don't have words for what I'm looking at here tonight. Whatever that pink thing is, it needs to go.
Conch shell.
Ah, the conch shell. Is that what it's called? I prefer fashion disaster. I will be right back, Hans. I am just grabbing a drink of water.
Oh, good. Being a very painful grip across the ropes here. Mr. Drekavac is going to...
I apologize for my muteness. It seems that while I am up in the top box, commentating this match, I cannot very well see out the window down to what transpires in the ring tonight, and I have to rely on my laptop, or the laptop provided by the company, in order for me to watch this and ergo make commentations on it. However, my laptop happens to be frozen right now, so I will have to go off what Hans is saying until I'm able to sort out this technical issue myself. The institution gave pay cuts to all of the IT guys and sent them on their way.
Of course, we unfortunate to hear about the state of your device, but something very interesting in this match. Drekavac using very hostile maneuvers, trying to destroy Mr. Tuckers.
I have re-arrived. I've sorted out my technical issues, and I can now see here tonight Mr. Tucker is getting absolutely obliterated in the ring. Ooh, massive headbutt. Great way to start a bar fight. Shovel in the guts, strike across the face, and thrown unceremoniously out of the ring.
I know that you said that at times you were disposed to commentating on bomb fights. Would you ever participate?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Did you ever participate in the sport in which you took commentary on?
The hobo bomb fights or the wrestling?
Well, I mean, this is only your first day commentating wrestling.
I just need to my lawyer requires me to clarify.
The bum fights.
Yes, indeed, the bum fights. Now, we don't keep records of who decides to fight in our rings, and that's definitely for good reason. While they tend to be a bit more threatening than WWE matches, or wrestling in general for that matter, I would dare say that I have had my fair share of experience in the ring myself. I have had to warm up challenges, cool down challenges, and step in for challenges. As a commentator, you do have to... champions. We had Big John at one point. Big John was a mentally handicapped man. We had fighting in the ring. Don't worry, the handicap, it still allowed him to fight, you know, he could make rational decisions and such. He was just handicapped in the way that he liked My Little Pony, but we let it go for most of the fight because no one could argue with Big John. Because while Big John's favourite thing in the entire world may have been an Applejack body pillow, his second favourite thing in the world was removing tongues from heads. So we couldn't really, you know, bring him up on it. But yes, Big Joe ran the ring for quite a while, for about, I dare say, 90 days, with our typical champion lifespan being a good 15.
We were seeing Mr. Tacos stench.
We're seeing a lot of roly-poly action here tonight as Mr. Tacos just gets thrown around like a basketball. I would like to see a Mr. Tacos / Big John matchup, Hans. It would be something to admire.
Mr. Tacos picks up the win.
Mr.
Tacos stench.
Oh, smothering. Unbelievable. This is torture here tonight. Rubbing it in her face, literally. Repeatedly curb stomping. A hobo bar fight favourite. Hobo street fight favourite, I should say. The bar fights were a lot more brutal. Glass was involved. Mr. Tarkos takes the win despite clutching his or her 3 clearly broken ribs.
But we have to move on to the next match of the night. After that weirdly good
Electrifying
match.
bout. Electrifying bout, you could say.
Oh, of course, now we move on to a much more delicate affair. With Slade Wilson of the 4, with Mac Fifita, the Enforcer, and Mr. Yak by his ringside.
I do
We
believe
have Triple H.
I do believe that is our last matchup of the night, sadly.
No, I believe we still have 2 more.
We have 2 more. I must be reading this card wrong, I apologize.
As I believe we have 3-on-3 action, as well as the Fatal 4-Way to determine who will be the new Solstice briefcase holder.
Gorgeous.
Did you commentate bum fights just in France, or was that across the world?
I started out in France. I will admit. It was humble beginnings. I have commentated bum fights in Morocco, New Zealand, Russia, and Australia. Don't talk to me about the Russian times. My therapist has still got a lot to go over with that.
I would just insert redacted.
You'd be surprised what they fight over for in Russia. The
Of course,
scraps.
the 4 making their way to the ring, all dressed up nice for today's events. Slade Wilson will be in action. The other members of the 4 will be standing ringside.
It's the rig, the 3 murders. Ah.
There's Triple H now to make his way up to the ring. A glass of water in hand. Bottle of water. It's my mistake.
What difference does it make, honestly, my friend?
By the way that he tosses it, I would hope to God it is not glass.
You bring up a valid point.
As well as you should know from bar fights that glass can be a very important weapon.
Oof. Triple H. A man definitely not to be fucked with. Ready to fight.
Indeed.
A long wind-up, if I do say so myself. An intro made for 3 men, you could even say. One day in my career, I will see someone fall back first off that ring. But it is not today. And it will definitely not be from Triple H. Man's wearing Templars on both of his elbows tonight. The crowd losing their minds. Over
So
here.
it seems that way too, very... Slade Wilson himself, a very established star here in Eclipse Pro Wrestling, Triple H, a world-recognized name.
Triple H starting to have the fear of God put in tonight, but reverses it. Kick to the face on the ground. Pulled back up. And thrown into the side of the ring. Stopped. Beautiful takedown. Triple H to his feet. As Slade struggles to put him on the ground.
It does seem that Triple H is struggling to keep a grip on Mr. Wilson.
Struggling to just keep him held into place here. Grabs him in the bear hug. Doesn't work. Another bear hug. Oh, bit of... Don't touch me without my consent, sir. Thrown over the shoulder. And into the ground face first. Showboating for the crowd.
Having
Really
absolutely no go of it.
Slade Wilson just does not seem to grasp the concept of going down. Triple H narrowly saving himself from a horrible demise on the ground and getting pulled through the ring like a paper shredder. The man's is hurting. We can quite clearly tell. Lumbar blow.
Seems that on the outside Triple H has been able.
Triple H going for a fucking ride. Struggling to get back to his feet. Heroic resolve, if I do say so myself. And he is thrown back out of the ring. We're down. It is.
Get to a count of 6 on the outside.
It is just a slaughterhouse here tonight, Hans. Triple H showing signs of life, however, as he pulled Slade Wilson to his feet, grabs him by the head, and launches him. Not launches him, sorry. Throws his head into the side of the ring like a petulant child. And he's haymaking to the ground yet again. For his show-offs in the first... For his show-offs in the first half, Slade Wilson now definitely has his work cut out for him as he shovels Triple H 3 times in the guts and escapes. I'm not liking this tonight. I'm not liking Triple H's chance. Slade Wilson has shown himself to be an incredible fighter tonight. Really in the peak of his form. And he is backed by 2 of his friends. This really will be an endurance match. Triple H in a bit of trouble. Struggling to see the light. Slumped to the ground. Stomped in the face. I'm sorry, he was stomped in the chest. I do believe the face is not located on the chest. After a couple rounds of hobo bum fights, it'd be hard to tell.
Of course, we are in the near preliminary of our match. Of course, only have 2 more matches to
So far, I do have to say, Hans, it has been a beautiful card. You have certainly not made my first day boring. Oof. Doormat. A doormat torn. Triple H really is in dire straits tonight. Being thrown to the ground time and time again, and back into the ring. Triple H, more like 000. As we flip him over. Slade decides to have a bit of an interpretive dance show tonight as he stumbles into the sides of the ring. To the ground. To the ground with
Oh no,
you.
taking out the referee.
We keep up the tradition of really bringing the ref into the fight here, and he is slumped again. As I went to go get my drink of water somewhat earlier, I did go and check on our referee. He doesn't say words the same anymore, Hans. It's quite horrifying.
The ref delaying to get into the ring, but throwing out the managers.
Ooh.
While seeing them in the ring after powerbombing.
3-man powerbomb. It just hurt. You love to see it, but you hate to see it too. In this wrestling federation, we demand blood. And blood is what we are getting. But are we getting enough? Triple H just on his last legs. He's barely struggling to keep his eyes open now. Slade Wilson just slumps him again. Brings him back up for more punishment. We're clearly not through. Side of the ring. To his knees. I will have to say Triple H is showing beautiful strength when getting here to the sides of the ring. You can barely keep him there for long. He seems to realize the inherent dangers of being kept to the perimeter. Bit of a twirly twirl. Oh. A spank for being naughty and a couple kicks to punish it. Triple H really just can't catch an unbroken sequence of hits here.
Slade Wilson now just punishing Triple H.
He's almost playing with him now.
Here comes the final go. Getting a pedigree.
1, 2, and
2, 3. Slade Wilson is the victor.
Don't call it prematurely, Hans. Triple H may still be able to pull something out here, but I highly doubt it. Just being dragged into the middle of the ring. Once again being forced to smell Slade Wilson's nuts on the downfall. And having a leg submission. A quite clear and obvious winner is Slade Wilson.
Of course, the turning point in the match was definitely after the triple powerbomb.
And the triple powerbomb was truly something.
Well, now we're into the 6th match of the night. Only this and another to go. As the founding fathers, Fierce, Paul Riley and Marek Nielsen, face off with Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, and Minoru Suzuki. Have you seen much 3-on-3 action?
I can't say I have. I haven't even seen much paid 3-on-3 action.
Wait, what? I
Paid
fear that there was
3-on-3.
some in you.
I
I
do
feel like
believe
there
there
was some
may have
in.
been some technical difficulty there.
No, I believe there was an innuendo that I did not catch.
I believe it may have been Hans, but that is quite okay. I may bring that joke back out to the fore when it's aimed at a more receptionate audience. Receptive audience? One of the two.
Either way, not me. But, of course, Founding Fathers take on Zack Sabre Jr., Taichi, and Minoru Suzuki.
The names are on you to remember, because I sure as hell can't.
So we have the masked man Fierce, the hooded and painted face of Marek Nielsen, hooded, bearded face of Paul Riley. We have the blonde tipped Taichi, the noodle of a man, Zack Sabre Jr., and the old, pissed off man, king of cruelty, Minoru Suzuki.
A beautiful matchup tonight.
Whilst it is taking its fair time to set up this match, perhaps we are trying to locate some of the men backstage. Oh, as we can finally head to the ring.
Certainly is taking sweet old time here tonight. And here we are.
The Founding Fathers making their way out to the ring first.
Here we go.
Any initial thoughts on the men in this match?
They look pretty strong, pretty intimidating here tonight. At our Hobart bum fights, we often had people rock up with weapons and armor. Whether they get utilized in this match is something else to see entirely. However, I do believe the creators of Deadpool are going to be a bit sad upon seeing this. I also think their name is quite funny. I do not think the Founding Fathers had such clothing or weaponry back in the day.
Of course, they call themselves the Founding Fathers, as they believe they laid the foundation for what became Eclipse Pro Wrestling.
They can believe what they want, my friend.
I am just glad they did not opt to call themselves daddies.
Indeed.
Of course, next up now we have Zack Sabre Jr. coming out.
We await on the final match tonight.
I hope that these men are not coming out separately.
Oof. Zack Sabre Jr. in some of the tightest pants, if you could even call them pants, I think I've ever seen in my life.
Minoru Suzuki, the last to emerge for his team, as we head to the match where the referee will call for the initial.
We don't have much to say for this walkout. We just want to see some action.
Indeed.
Ooh, starting out strong with a drop kick. We are off to the races. We are getting some beautiful action going on over here. It is hard to keep track of names, but I can tell you now, the founding fathers are really proving why they think that they should be called that.
Of course, Fierce is the man in the ring for the founding fathers right now. O'Reilly is at ringside, and Marek Nelson is taking the fight to Tai Chi in the
We have a lot happening here. We have the ref trying even harder to not get assaulted this bout.
Of course, with 6 potential applicants to inflict damage onto the referee, I understand.
We need to pay that guy more.
Are you willing to take another budget cut?
No, the referee can suffer. Oof, beautiful front flip, whatever that was. All I know is that man just front flipped his whole butt onto that dude's sternum, and it looked like it hurt. Founding Fathers really just dominating the match here tonight. Unbelievable. Just thrown around like ragdolls. It's unbelievable. Oh, we have some type of submission going on in the ring.
Indeed, that was a triangle armbar.
Gorgeous thing to pull out this early in. Oh, one of the Founding Fathers is not letting Paul Riley escape.
Paul Riley is part of the founding fathers.
Either way, seems my tech is not keeping up with the action.
Of course, some of our computers operate on a delay. It's something we just have to do.
Right. There we go.
Oh, it seems that Paul Riley has been busted open on the head. Finally getting our first blood of the match.
We love to see it. Ah, I see. Marek Nielsen is the name of the other team member now.
One side of the ring being completely cleared off by Paul Riley.
Just sectioned off. Shoved out. And punched out.
Oh, another side suplex.
Oh, he's getting ganged up on. One way to... Oh, clear the ring. Clear the ring. We are not having that here tonight.
O'Reilly being slapped around by Minoru Suzuki.
It's just consistent violence here tonight. Oh, did Bubby get a woozy?
Seeing the foundation. Magnificent Paul Riley. Oh.
Slumped. Still on his feet, but slumped. Thrown into the wrong side of the ring there. Tag him in.
The fall of man, giving them a near fall. Now we've got Taichi tagged in. So it is Taichi versus Medic Nitsu.
Beautiful matchup. We're having technical difficulties on my device yet again.
Completely understandable.
Here we are. We are back. Oof. In the ladder, yet again. Fathers may find their match tonight. One tip man is just copping it today.
Certainly seems that way. As Zack said, Junior Taichi out of the match ejected.
Unbelievable. A slaughter here tonight if there ever was one.
Minoru Suzuki bringing it back. Locking in that crossface.
Oh, nice reversal. Looking a bit strange from my perspective right now, but...
How do you mean?
Just the leg waving. You don't see that in my round very often. Usually the legs stop moving after a while. Just brutalized there. Whoa! Zack Sabre Jr. gets punched off the side. Bit of an embarrassing one for him, I do say so myself. And he gets the chance to take revenge. Unbelievable passover. Amazing form. Ref counting it off now.
Suzuki laid out by Paul O'Reilly. The founding fathers perhaps ready to take a win by a count out.
Maybe. I would like to say it's anyone's game here tonight, but it is quite clearly not.
Fierce waiting in. Lying in wait.
Slowly managing to get themselves back up. All that remains here is just to pull the trigger and end it all.
Only getting a 2 count off the avalanche Spanish fly. Jesus.
No mercy here tonight. None shown.
Indeed.
In a quarter. We've got a lot of ring acrobatics going on. Unbelievable drop. Grabs him in a leg hold.
Paul O'Reilly tagged in once again.
Caught the leg, suffers dearly. Thrown into the ring, thrown into the ropes, and down to the ground. Unbelievable being forced to see stars here tonight. Paul O'Reilly just getting thrown around like a sack of potatoes here. Unbelievable hit. Oh, we're on a count.
O'Reilly having to get the referee back up.
We have collateral. Up and down.
And the crossfade by Fierce allowing for no interference in that pin.
Oh, this is looking like danger.
And the winners by pinfall, the founding fathers.
By the looks of it, I would say so, yes. Here
The
we
bell
go.
has rung.
Bell has rung and the founding fathers have won. But really, was it a surprise?
Quite a dominant performance in this match. It's certainly nothing we can take away from it.
One of my favorites too. The tag team slam. As we can clearly see from the highlight reel, it has been a thrilling and riveting 3-on-3 here tonight.
Well, now we head to our main event. Aussie Rules will be taking on Chandler, Sill, and James Reid, the mysterious fourth, to crown a new briefcase holder. Wait, is that Dan Cross? A debuting Dan Cross is here to reclaim his Solstice briefcase. Caden is dead, but now we have Dan Cross.
Unprecedented.
course, this is a fatal four-way, but it is also elimination rules. So to win, you need to be the last man standing via pinfall or submission. If you get pinned or submitted, you are out of the match.
And yes.
All clear on the rules? Lucky?
I beg your pardon.
Are you all clear on the rules for this match?
I don't know anything beyond one guy needs to be standing at the end and the other three don't need to be. I feel like that's all I need to know.
In a traditional fatal four-way, only one man needs to win via pinfall or submission, and two of the participants could be rendered effectively useless in the final say. However, in this match, each man will be pinned or submitted until there is only one left.
I see. A real gladiator match.
Indeed. We head to the ring. First out is, of course, Aussie Rules. Taking a lot of the symbology from Aussie Rules Football, AFL.
Not something I'd be basing my image off, but I digress. For some it works.
Of course, is a proud Aussie. A lot of our roster actually coming from the land down under.
The land down under. Well. Hailing from France but living in Australia has been quite an eye-opener, I will say. I've seen some things that I could only dream of. And AFL is certainly one of the more alien things, I think, to have crossed my peripherals.
Of course, next up we have James Reid entering the ring. Of course, I'd like to thank David Cheller for briefly covering me while I went to the toilet. But now Hans is back in the building. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
Of course, David Cheller is the main commentator for Eclipse Pro Wrestling. But we also have a wide variety of commentating members ready to join, from the likes of Steve Anderson to Hoss to Gary.
We have a break room out the back where we sit everyone down and they smoke cigarettes and drink coffee until they are called in to commentate.
Indeed. Of course, I believe Hoss lives in the back of the moving truck. He has hit financially hard times, which is unfortunate.
Indeed. I'm still waiting on management to clear the purchase of a PS4 for the break room. So at least I'll have something to do.
Of course, first day on the job and he is already making requests of management. Of course, they do enjoy a go-getter. That is one way to advance in Eclipse Pro Wrestling.
Crowd off the chops tonight as the third man, Chandler Sill, brought in tonight.
Indeed.
Clearly out for blood, a strut that belies his killer instinct.
Nothing's all until you're underground.
Very true,
Sand
Hans.
etched in.
Very true.
Dan Cross making his way to the ring. With the Interesting to see what the reinvigorated Dan Cross brings to this match.
Will be. Not knowing much about him myself, I won't be able to make so much of a judgment until I see the men actually fight in the ring. But from his walkout and how he chooses to handle himself, I do believe that we are in for a show.
Thus Dan Cross, formerly Caden Cross, won the Solstice Briefcase. During the Summer Solstice pay-per-view. And then led on to vacate it, saying Caden was dead. But now we have Dan Cross reborn.
To the glory and exaltation of the crowd.
Dan Cross taking it strong in the early goings, standing above the rest of the competition.
Standing strong. Pandemonium in the ring tonight. Glorious flying everywhere. One already out. Massive throw. I am having trouble keeping names here. It is my first day. I will get more accustomed to it as time goes on.
Of course. In the jeans, we have Chandler Sill. In the all-black attire, we have James Reid. In the budgie smugglers and libres, we have Ozzy Rules. And then, of course, that.
Of course.
Start of the discussion.
Ooh.
Only getting a 2-count break.
My device keeps lagging. There we go, we're back. Just in time to see what I'm assuming James Reid takes someone absolutely to the ground.
Taking a down cross, going to pin Chandler Sill, but only getting a 2-count.
You really are racking him up here tonight. Oh, complete miss. Dodges out of the way just in time. Saves his bacon. Beautiful choke slam there. Although that was not a choke slam. That seemed like a choking running RKO throw.
Dan Cross introducing a bat. Ozzy Rules looking to take to the sky here.
Up on top. I'm fairly sure I'm still watching. Fairly sure my device is still watching this live, as I just saw Aussie Rules drive both feet into Dan Cross 3 seconds ago.
It was a cost to cost, as it were.
Chandler Sill slumped unbelievably. Oof. Take a nap.
There's no man yet to be eliminated in this match.
Not yet. Run like a sack once again. Aussie Rules making...
Goddamn. Ross going for something but being blocked by James Reid.
Ooh. Aussie Rules faces the ground harshly like many that play Aussie Rules. Scooped up again. Chandler Sill takes Aussie Rules for a ride straight out of the ring and comes down to finish the deed, keeping him in the ribs, pulling him to his feet.
Has been eliminated.
Unbelievable. The Australian has already tapped out of the match.
Oh, James Reid going for something, but his back falls out.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Going for another back. Oh, going for a ride this time. Down on the floor. Dan Cross picked up and thrown into the ground. Or into the galaxy. Once again. Ooh.
James Reid being ragdolled by...
James Reid is struggling here.
Yeah, James Reid going for a drive. Oh, landed straight on the head.
Not a good sign. Power bomb to oblivion. Going for the leg.
Cross. Looking for the final. Oh, cross drive.
Ooh. Let's see.
Now we're down to 2. Chandler Sill, Dan Cross.
Who's going to win this?
Oh, caught mid-air.
Clothesline. Oh, and again.
Cross looking the quickly final exclamation point. Face first.
We are seeing hell tonight.
Dan Cross reclaims the Solstice briefcase.
Unbelievable. Ooh.
What a bedlam match.
Indeed, it was just havoc after havoc there. I would say it was utter domination, but I would say it was quite close.
It was quite close indeed. Karl's returning to claim what is rightfully his.
As he should.
And of course we'd like to thank you all for tuning in. We will catch you all with Eclipse Pro Wrestling Constellation in the week, followed by the next edition
For
of Eclipse
having
Pro
me.
Wrestling next weekend. We'd like to thank Lock Key for joining us in this broadcast as well.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Until then, we will catch you next week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will catch you when we catch you.
Bye, guys.